Michigan, and we are back in the Dr. Pepper series, driving the Gen 4 cars. This time we're at Michigan, the complete polar opposite of the race last night at South Boston. We got the big 2-mile oval here, and it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be fun, hopefully. Hopefully we can go just as clean as we did last night, but it's going to be a tough one. The setup starts fairly neutral, and then it starts putting a lot of pressure on the right rear. And also, as somebody pointed out, the left rear is getting extremely hot as well. I did like 6 or 7 laps in practice running with Shane, basically as hard as I could run it, not trying to save. And my left rear was over 260 in temperature, so that could definitely make the car feel weird. We'll see how that goes for long run. When I'm designing these setups, I'm designing them to be very abusive on the tires if I can manage it. Sometimes it just doesn't allow me to do much, but I want to make tire conservation a thing that matters, which it seems like default setups and just the content in general is getting further and further away from that, which maybe that's the case for modern stuff, but I don't think it is. But it certainly isn't the case for this vintage stuff. Tire conservation has always been a huge part of racing. So that's my goal with these setups, is make them abuse the tires, not necessarily make them fast or good handling. We're trying to qualify here. I don't know if I'm going to be very quick. Michigan's one of my favorite places to race, but sometimes I just don't really have the speed. We're here at the newer scan of Michigan, which I think will allow that top lane to be very viable. The more laps you put on this setup, though, the right rear really starts to go away from you. That's going to be a major factor. 39.1, I have no idea if that's any good. Jumps us up to P6 at the moment, just ahead of Shane. Me and Shane were matching each other basically lap for lap when we were in practice. Colton up on the pole for the moment as well, looking to continue his dominance. Kevin's still there in the top 10. He's coming off a win at Dover and is currently the point leader. But after this race, this is the halfway mark in the season, so at the conclusion of this race, I will enable the 2 drop weeks to be calculated on the standings, so we'll get the real vision of what the points look like once we get out of here. We're sitting like second in points right now. We're definitely going to drop a few spots since we do not have a win, and we still don't even have a top 5. So, but we have led some laps, we've had some speed, we've been up front for many races, especially the last handful. We've done really well to be up front for a long time and been competitive. We just haven't had the finishes work out for us. So we'll see if we can have something work out our way here. 2 tires, I think, as we've seen pretty much every race, is going to be a major factor in this one. I think it's going to be very good. That'll be something we consider. Only 55 lap race, 5 laps shorter than the Auto Club race. So I think that's going to make 2 tires even better, because you're not going to be on them for quite as long, and the left sides aren't going to wear quite as much. But we are seeing a lot of tire heat built into the left rear, and potentially a lot of wear with the left rear. So maybe that will affect how good 2 tires are going to do. We'll see. But Michigan's one of those places, once the car starts trending loose, you got to be very, very careful, especially crossing over those seams. The exit of turn 4, very tough once you get loose. Turn 2, very narrow as well. Getting off the corner, you don't have the arcing exit like you do on the D-shaped front stretch. So you got to kind of keep it a little bit lower, but we're going here into some overcast, cloudy skies as they were battling the rain once again in the 2000 Michigan race. They had threat of rain pretty much every cup race. It seemed like, looking back on that season. That is, I did not remember that part of the season for when I was choosing to replicate that for this Dark Pepper series.
Good luck.
Had I looked at that and seen that there was rain delays and cloudy skies every other race, maybe I would have chose something different, but it's fine. We're here. We've had good racing. Not every race has been cloudy, but a lot of the early ones were, and we've got a couple more here.
979. We expect to be fighting for the podium.
This is June's
Yeah,
11th,
nice seeing you guys up here.
I believe, in Sim. So we're getting further into the summer. I think we're going to get a lot more sunny races once we get further on here. We are starting P6. I'm happy with that. Colton up on pole. Let's see how this starts to spread out. We got the arrow loose, people up behind you, so we're going to have to be careful with that. That's going to affect things early on here. Taking care of that right rear.
And we can't hear you either.
But track temp getting cloudy,
Good luck, everybody.
or track being cloudy, the track temp's going to be a little bit lower, not be quite as bad. So maybe that will offset the looseness a little bit. Should have turned the brightness up a couple clicks, but did not think to do that before the race. After we had a beautiful sunny day in South Boston last night, we go up to Michigan and we're met with some clouds. But hopefully that'll be fine. Hopefully we'll still get some awesome racing. We got Damon starting right in front of us. He's going to be a threat to win. He won at California. Always very, very fast. Sean up there starting outside front row. He is right behind us in points, I believe. Nick Martin right there as well in the top 5 in points. And we got Colin in the 25 here starting in the top 5. So good luck to him and good luck to everyone around us and everyone in the field, of course. Hopefully we have a fun time. And big thank you to everyone for joining and making this such an awesome series. Pace car is about to duck in for 55 laps here at Michigan. Watch out for the wheel spin. We don't get a very good jump, but that's fine. We get to be right around Shane right at the beginning here, just like we were in practice. I'm going to try and take care of my right rear as much as we can. And hopefully we can all survive for the full lap here. My preferred line is right up on the second lane. I don't really like going all the way to the yellow line. I feel like I can't hit it as consistently and I wash up, cross the seam, and then get loose, which I would rather not do. We can make it about 37 laps on fuel, I think, maybe a little less. So that will allow the pit window to be very large, and people will have a big range of when they would want to pit. Can't really say what would be the quickest. I thought it would be halfway, or just go long. And we went long at Charlotte. We ended up like 12th or something when we came out from the lead, or close to the lead. But Nick went the longest and ended up catching a caution, and that put him at the front. So maybe going long will be fine again. I don't really mind dropping a couple spots here early, but I don't want to fall too far back. I mainly just want to take care of the right rear. I think it's going to get very dicey for some guys after a certain point. But thankfully we don't have the super duper draft that we had when we raced here the first time. that did not make this race fun. Get Riley past us. He was quickest in practice. Looks like he's part of the Coca-Cola racing family, which I didn't notice until now. That was a cool little detail. We had a poster growing up that had all the old guys that were in that Coca-Cola family. Had like Dale Jarrett and Kyle Petty. Pretty cool. Shane just driving on bias, center of corner almost. We get a little bit loose. I think we may just be a top 10 car. I don't know if we're going to have anywhere near top 5 speed tonight.
Sorry, Frank.
I'm thinking we just let Shane go, get in behind him. He's pushing a little bit further than or a little bit harder than I want to at this point in time. Maybe we can take care of our stuff and be a little bit quicker later if we can get a run long enough. And slot in here ahead of Alexander. Billy just back there, Tyler as well. I think you're wanting to not be abusing the right rear early on here, because you can get like that and get a little bit slidey through the corner. Oh, Lee out of the race already? That's unfortunate. Something must have happened further back that we didn't see. I didn't see any smoke or anything either.
Sorry for scared you there, Darren. I looked the roof and you had to pull it off the wall.
Yeah, you're all good. He was chasing it up the track, just tapped the wall a little bit, and then he had to kind of pull it off, and that got it a bit sideways. Looks like Frank and Raymond down pit road as well, so there must have been some sort of contact that didn't cause a yellow. There's my wall tap of the day. Guess we're going high in this corner, but that's fine. I think you can use pretty much any lane and be just fine. Oh. Get up behind Colin. Got him a bit loose. See if we can get around him, maybe catch back up to Riley. Go around the outside. Get back in line. Puts us P7, which is not too bad early on here. I did move the brakes back because it's pretty tight through the center and on entry. But once you get past the center, right past the center of the corner, the rear end starts to come around on you. Got to be careful with it. There's not much wind out here to mess with things too bad. And it's not that hot ambient air temp either, plus with the clouds. So the track is not in a super unforgiving state, but I think the setup will trend loose as we see Nick Martin up there get pretty sideways out of the corner. If you get on a corner exit and you're putting any little bit of excess wheel into it, it will want to jump sideways very quickly. Colton, I believe, has got a huge lead, and we get a yellow.
I can't help but feel responsible for that, Dan.
Do we come in and take rights? Might be not a bad idea. Yeah, clean air is a big deal in this car. If you get somebody in front of you, it is a lot tougher than if you've got nobody in front of you. Taking the air off somebody's spoiler and taking the air off the front end is just about as bad.
Yeah, it was.
Let's see what pit stops look like. We're only 12 laps
When
in.
did that happen?
That's the first time I've seen it.
Wild.
If we pit, we're going to take rights, fill it
I
up.
thought it was a rubber mark on my windshield. Nope, it was a tire. Yeah, I believe it's my tire.
Oh, did somebody hit the wall and their tire fly off? Yeah, that can happen. Yeah. First time we've seen a yellow this weekend, and we had 120 laps at South Boston. Can you believe it? What are we thinking here, tire-wise, everybody? Nick Martin? I thought about it. I think coming in and taking rights, probably not going to be a terrible idea. I think we could go green for a
I
while.
almost went down a pit fuel. I think it's going to be close from here.
Yeah. We probably still need a pit stop. We'll see where Nick Martin ends up. I imagine him and half the field probably went down. Yeah, back half of the field. No reason not to take some strategy there. Colton up front, no reason to relinquish the lead at this point, this early on. Had it been about 6 or 7 laps past this point, we probably would have seen most of the field pit, if not everyone. I think we could get a 30-lap run in. And if that's the case, we will have to do a green flag pit stop. And the people who just pit can go much further. But I don't think they can make it yet. They'd have to do some big saving. If we get a caution and we can make it on fuel, we might as well go down, though. And we'll see if we can hang on to this track position. We've got Colin just behind us. We just got around him. Billy and Shane back there. Oh, and Sage didn't want to take tires. Forgot to uncheck them. I was going to take rights had we pit there. Maybe that would have bit us, but I don't think it would. Oh, Eric out of the race? Something happened to him? That's a big development. He would be in contention for this victory.
Alright, man, we're going green next time by. Alright, man, line up on the outside road now.
Do we have anybody on track that's a lap down? Dan, Eric, Frank, Lee we know is out. Frank and Raymond, I think, are on pit road still. Nick Martin did have that big loose moment, so maybe he was going in to get a reset on the tires and get into conservation mode. Maybe be a little quicker later. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of sun peek through here. Watch out for wheel spin on this start.
They did the iRacing was bad, so careful, kind of hot 104.
I guess I should catch up. We also have the marble pickup to worry about. Still don't know for sure if weaving cleans the tires off. I would imagine they do. But not sure it's a good idea, judging by the guy who self-spun on the pace lap during Nick's race in the A-Fix car.
Alright, man, pace cars in. Green, green, green.
I think some people started in first.
1.975.
There's no way though. I wouldn't think. Oh,
All clear, all clear.
I think the outside was better there. I did not feel good down low. We got a really slow 1 and 2.
Stay high. Stay high. Stay high. We're on slow time. Stay high. Clear low.
Should be able to hang on to Colin here though. Probably run that high side regardless and be fine. Before the oval refresh, I thought there was a really good balance. The high side would be quick, but it would be so much more abusive on the tires. So there was a cost associated with running up there. But ever since the oval refresh, it seems like the tire wear is not even as bad as down low, so there's literally no reason not to run up there. In most cases, it seems like. Riley got very loose on corner exit, turn 4. Allowing Sean to get to his inside. And we just nearly went around in front of Billy.
Still there. Stay low.
That thing just snapped on me.
3 wide, you're in the middle. Clear. 2 wide. Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Hopefully we can get that back under control.
Still there. Stay low.
Lost 2 spots with that as I was trying to move forward. It's alright, plenty of time.
Inside. Stay high. You're on the low side. Stay high. All clear, all clear. Inside. Fueling up now. She can get him to the finish. Still there.
Spotter thinks we're in the fuel window. I am trying to hang on to this thing now. Seems like ever since we got that loose moment, we can't get the momentum back. The 2 wide in front of me is not helping every chance we get. I don't really want to have anyone right in front of me. I'm trying to find a lane that's clear, but I keep just driving in right behind them. We're sitting top 10. We're doing fine.
9.556. Inside. Still there.
Nice and smooth. Maybe get back around Shane here.
Still there. Still there. Take the line. Stay high.
Should be able to carry the momentum.
All clear, all clear.
Oh, nearly hit the wall, and then Shane got right up behind us. I can feel it having no grip right there. Okay, we got a little space now. See if we can catch back up to Colin here. Him blinking out. It's kind of messing me up too. He's getting loose. See if we can take advantage of that. He lost a ton of momentum there.
All clear, all clear.
Get clear of him. See if we can catch back up to Billy. Puts us back to 7th. Colton doesn't have quite as big of a lead as he did in the previous run. Got some smoke. Is that somebody in our... Oh, that's Kevin. He had that same thing happen to him at Auto Club. Got loose out of 4. Looks like he's able to keep it going straight, but he is just went straight to the back. He's going to need some good luck with cautions and some pit strategy to get back up here, I think. Billy, I think, is driving away. All those front guys.
Sorry, I'm trying to throw you. Just a handful. Again.
Yeah, they're getting away from us. That's unfortunate. But they have a loose moment. That will send them back here pretty quick. Shane's catching back up to us. Yeah, we are not taking care of this right rear, unfortunately. That felt better. Cannot get the line up top in 3 and 4 that I want to run. One and 2 I feel good. 3 and 4 I don't. That happens to me a lot here. That felt okay. Shane is kind of doing a bit of a slider, entering really hard down low, but that's not helping his momentum on exit. Alexander just got around him on the outside. Nick is already in 9th. He has flown up through the field. I don't... Did he pit for tires, maybe? Maybe he's just that fast. Alexander's been running even higher than we were. And that is getting him a really good exit. And then we get loose as he pulls up behind us. And now we're going to go straight to the back as we're caught down low here. Well, maybe not. He did not have a good entry into 1 and 2 there. Maybe he got loose? I don't know. I feel like he could have stayed on our outside pretty easily. Maybe he got a little loose. Catching up to Billy a little. Gained a couple tenths on him. Maybe we just need to run up here in the lighter pavement. You get loose for 1 corner and it takes you forever to build that momentum back up. Alexander's still dropping back some. We only got 9 laps of fuel left. We pit under green, I guess we will take rights still. We ran as high as we've run all race up there that time. I think now we just want to run this tank empty since we've had a little bit of a split strategy. And pit stops. Don't want to get caught a lap down. They're side by side behind us. Kind of stalled out here behind Billy, 0.6 of a second back. But he's catching Sean a little bit. We're getting quite a bit looser in 1 and 2 now. That was not a very good corner for us, it didn't feel like. I don't know what's more valuable, the little bit of draft we get or cutting the front stretch. Probably the little bit of draft. Riley's pitting. He's up ahead of Sean, and he's in the 3rd groove at the moment. He's going to have to get turned down pretty quick. He does, though. Has anyone behind us pit? Looks like Nick has pit. Don't see him back there anymore. Trying to leapfrog some people. Could be good. We got another 5 laps. Probably pit in 4 laps. Don't think we're going to get past either of these guys before we pit. Though Sean did get a big loose moment there as Billy got up behind him. There's Nick coming out of the pits. Early pitter this time for him. He's usually one of the later ones. And Riley coming out as well. What's our lap time? We're less than a second slower than our best lap time, unfortunately. But maybe that's a good thing to pit early then, I don't know. We're gonna go late. We're in top 5 at the moment, that's just because a couple people in front of us pit. I don't think we're gonna finish top 5, even though I would absolutely love nothing more than to do that. I don't know what our best option is pitting wise. Shane has come out of the pits. Wonder if they're all taking 2 or taking right or taking 4. We get big loose there. Alexander's catching up. Here comes Nick. Billy getting around Sean.
Outside. 3 wide, you're in the middle. Clear, 2 wide.
Nick goes 3 wide
Pitting in here, pitting
with his tires. We got another 2 laps. We're going to pit next time.
Clear, all clear.
Probably made no sense to make that pass, but Sean is now pitting. We're going to have nobody in front of us, or nobody behind us, so we'll go ahead and pit next time. We won't even have to announce it. So. Oh, and Damon sped. That's unfortunate. Oh, dang it. Billy gets lap lead points. I want lap lead points.
I thought for sure I said, I swear I was going to go from like 10 minutes.
Can he go out again? Another lap? We cannot, so we got to pit. Looks like he is, because he's going low.
The leader is pitting now.
We're taking rights only. I think that's what I got it on. Fill it up with fuel. Stop in our box. Don't speed.
Pit box in 10. You have about 1 lap of fuel left. 5,
See how far back this puts us.
3, 2, 1. Car 81 has taken the lead.
Nick Martin to the lead, I believe. 63 on the left rear, 49 on the right rear. Come on, come on, come on.
That's it, go.
We don't need that much fuel. That kind of hurt our advantage.
Just a heads up, you know that you only have 1 set of right side tires remaining.
I think I had it to fill it up, and I should not have done that. Nick and Shane blasting past us. There's Kevin.
Outside, you're on the bottom 3 wide. Outside, 2 wide there. Still there. Stay low. Still there.
Car feels much tighter.
Clear high, clear high.
See if we can hang on here. Taking that extra can of fuel did not help us. All that did was make us take longer in the box after we were taking 2. We should have taken 4. We may not finish top 20. How come 2 tires works everywhere until I try it under green?
The lead is at 40.818.
What was our last lap? 39.6. We're only a couple tenths off our best, so it's not terrible. We're not as fast as Billy. We're ahead of Sean somehow. Hopefully we can just hang on to it. Those guys are all catching up behind us, though. We're screwed. We are totally screwed. We need a caution. We're probably not going to get one. Jack way overdriving center corner there.
Got one outside.
Should be able to get by him though.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
Maybe.
And clear high, clear high.
63 on the left rear, is that what I said? Yeah. Doesn't bode too well, but our lap times aren't terrible. They could probably be really good if we took 4. No hope of catching anyone that pit early, so that's unfortunate. Only 10 laps left. This thing has flown by.
Trouble.
That was huge prediction code. Ben, were you pitting there?
My work staying in if the dirty air.
Oh my gosh.
That bad. I thought the left rear was gonna be the
He gets behind us by just a little bit, and that screws up the entire corner. We're just basically on ice.
All clear, all clear.
There went my top 5 mistake.
Inside. Clear low, clear low.
We just have absolutely no grip anytime anyone gets near us. Should have taken 4, should have pit earlier.
Ben, if that was my fault, I'm really sorry.
Gosh dang it, man.
I was right behind you. I swear you guys had you in touch. Like your car twitched a little, and then his went straight into the wall, and you weren't even touching. I got this. Came up on me so fast, up here.
Got one outside.
We're going to finish last car in the lead lap.
Stay low, there's a car on the high
I
side.
couldn't correct it. We made contact and today what it's all good.
We just have absolutely no grip.
Outside. Too wide, man. Clear high, clear high. Outside.
Who would have thought?
Still there.
Captain Obvious, I guess.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side.
I think I was gonna finish third though.
Stay low. All clear, all clear. The lead is a 40.873 seconds.
We did not do good this race. Not good at all. Should have taken 4. Should have taken 4. But every other race, take 2 and you go to the front and you're much faster than everybody. But nope, not this one. I can never get the strategy right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can never try to get it right because I always do the exact wrong thing. The only thing I can do is do what the fast people are going to do. And I was following Billy. I figured he was going to take 4, and he's up in 10th. Or figured he was going to take 2. I figured everyone would take 2. We're under green here. 2 tires have been absolutely OP the entire season. But no. Everyone's going to take 4 and be
Sorry, Alan.
so much faster
Nope, I got this on my own.
that we're barely going to finish in the top 20. Oh well. Nick King is struggling. Wonder if he pit early, took 2, and then just hasn't pit again. Caution now just ends the race, so we're locked in here to a not very good finish for us when we're trying to run in the top 10 and maybe by some miracle a top 5. But we're never going to get a top 5. Somebody else up on the outside that's slowing down a little bit. Maybe we can get them, but they're going to have to slow down a lot for us to get to them.
Only 2 more.
Oh, Alexander getting loose as well. I was looking further ahead of him.
Got one outside. Still there. You're clear high, clear high.
Well, we're getting a couple spots. There's a lot of people in the top 10 that are falling like a rock, so I don't know what they did. But we may get a couple more spots. We're in 15th all of a sudden now, so I don't know what's going on. Dylan is in 9th. He's gone long. Dan, 12th. I think he was the one I was looking at getting loose up there. So we may still get an okay finish. Probably won't be top 10. But we're coming on the white flag, so we're going to have to make these passes. I don't know if we're going to. I don't know which lane to go in. We're so much quicker through the corner, we might be able to get Dylan. Got to figure out which lane he's going to go in.
I can't believe you guys checked it. That's awesome. Nice job.
Well, that's one way to get my best ever finish in this race. That was insane.
We come away with a 13th after all that. Match our Dover finish.
Good win, baby.
Felt so much better at Dover.
That was
Finished 13th with a penalty. Felt like crap in this one at the end and still finished 13th. So
That was a great run, man. Great.
Nick Martin with the win. He finally gets one.
What I'm hearing is Riley gets the win.
Great job.
I'll take credit. I appreciate it.
Good race. Great win. Nice.
Good win, Nick.
Nick Martin, who's been fast all season,
man.
gets the victory. Great job to him.
The streets have been waiting for a Nick Martin win. I'm so happy for you.
Had we taken 4 with Billy, we'd be up there close to the top 5 with Nick and Shane
I'm just
and
glad
Kevin.
I didn't do the Fontana again. At least I saved it this time instead of spinning out.
Yeah, Kevin did it right this time. If you're going to spin out of 4, do it at the beginning.
Like deja vu for
Have
me.
time to make it up. He
Not
finishes
again.
8th. So, good recovery for him.
Jeez.
And he didn't spin all the way around.
Ben, I'll have to watch the replay. From my end car, it looked like you even got
If he's got enough fuel for burnouts, we gotta take that car to tech.
tell fully.
Yeah. We said at the beginning, watch out for Nick Martin. He pitted from the top 5 on that first yellow, the only yellow,
Check his fuel.
and made it all the way. Awesome job. Awesome strategy
Just excited.
so much more
for Nick Martin.
because I think I had it.
2,
Great job to him.
1. Right here.
Like 3 to go, we were in 19th or something, just feeling awful, and then a whole bunch of people started falling off there right at the end. Maybe they could barely make it on fuel. Maybe they were some of the other ones that pit during that yellow and didn't pit again. Nick Martin ran out just past the line. Awesome strategy call to him. We should have maybe considered that. I thought about it, but wasn't sure it was going to work. He doesn't get to do donuts. He's out of gas. Good race. Only 1 yellow. That was fun. I know I complain when I don't do as good as I want to, but that's just me being competitive. The race was awesome. Can't blame anybody but myself. I just picked the wrong strategy every time and then can't drive it. But we got a couple at the end. We'll have to see how their strategy went over the tires at the end. 89, 86. It was starting to feel a little bit better after we put in a couple laps on them. cold tires, when we were getting swarmed by those guys, we just had no grip with anybody around us. 41% on the left rear. Only 200 though, so it didn't ever get too hot. But yeah. Well, let's take a look at the incidents. We had a couple. This is Raymond. Oh, he just gets loose, and then Frank, nowhere for him to go. He's just holding his line down here. Raymond's getting loose. And Frank, just a victim of circumstance there, as well as Lee. That's why they were out early. Unfortunate. No yellow for that either, because there's no one behind him. And they really didn't get that sideways. Unlucky. Frank was just trying to gather it up. And then, oh, Dan started getting loose in front of Eric as Eric gets close to him. And then he's trying to lift, and Eric doesn't see it in time. Drives into him, and then Eric, huge hit into the wall. Dan as well. And that is our one and only yellow. Big impact for a couple of those guys. That definitely took out Eric. Unfortunate. He would have been a contender for the top 5. Had the sun peek through a couple times this race. But most of it was cloudy. Nick up there with some red on his bumper now. Have to see in his video what that is. Colton up here leading. He might have led the most laps, but does not come away with the victory today. Great job to Nick Martin for getting that. That's going to put him pretty solid in the points, because he was already up towards the front. He's been really consistently fast, and now with the victory, that's going to give him a huge boost. I don't think there was anything more to see. Maybe just people getting their tires. Yeah, thanks for joining. Great job. We'll do this, look through the incidents, and then take a quick gander at the points before putting the 2 drop weeks in. And we'll take the first look at the drop weeks. Here's everybody coming in for the green flag pit stop. Damon and Colton. There's Damon's speeding penalty right there, I believe. That took him out of contention. He would have been in contention for the win. A couple of the faster guys got taken out, either by penalty or by crash. They both pit on lap 40, basically, which was a few laps before we did. Unlike Dover, though, we finished 13th. We did not lead a lap, and we did not lead the most laps, so our points are not going to be as good. There's Billy. He finished 5th. We pit right with him. But he probably took 4, and we were sitting there waiting on an extra can of fuel we didn't need. That probably made us even looser. I don't think we're going to see anything else. Some wall taps. Big loose for Benjamin. Oh, huge impact. He gets right down to pit road. Oh, Bradley has to take evasive maneuvers. He does an awesome job. Not even going in the grass to avoid him. That was a big hit. No yellow for that either. Alexander's clutching it. I wonder if Nick Martin was too. Where is he? He's going to be up here somewhere, right? Dan was clutching it. That's why we were catching him so much. All those guys in the middle of the corners, because they were having to clutch it. I believe he is clutching it. Yeah, just dumps the clutch right there. He's got the lead right now. He is trying to nurse that thing home, get it to the end with an awesome strategy call. Perfectly timed yellow to open up all sorts of different strategies. Jump to lap 49 here. We're getting close to the end. We're in 18th with about 5 laps to go, and then we ended up gaining 5 more spots as people were just trying to get their car to the end. So what we should have done is either pit with Nick Martin, of course, and save, or pit a bit earlier in the pit cycle and taken 4. Nick pitted a few laps before we did and jumped us by a mile. I don't know how many tires he took, though. He probably could have taken 2. Ooh, Nick King was clutching it and didn't get the engine braking there. Easy to overdrive the corners while you're clutching it to try and hang on. Shane coming up on Dan, who's clutching it. And there's Nick Martin out of fuel at the finish line. Puts the nose into the wall in celebration since he doesn't have enough fuel to do donuts. Let's take a look at the results before we take a quick look at the points. 1 caution for 3 laps. What a caution-free weekend this has been. Riley gets the fastest lap. Doesn't lead a lap, though, but he gets that 1 bonus point. Nick Martin led 16 laps, gets 160 points for the victory there. Sage winds up with a 2nd place with the fuel strategy, I believe. I think that's his best finish. He gets 140 points. Colton Lowe led a lap, and that'd be the most laps there, so he gets 145 points, so that will be the 2nd most points of the session. Billy led his 1 lap, gets 130. Had he not stayed out in front of us, we could have got that. We couldn't afford to go another lap, unfortunately. We didn't have enough fuel left. Nick winds up 6th from 29th. Great job to him, but he doesn't beat Sage. Sage started 30th, ends up 2nd place. He becomes the biggest mover to this race, I believe. Great job to him. Kevin with another solid finish. Shane there as well, as we said. Colin, Alex, Alexander, Sean, and then myself there in 13th. Just ahead of Dylan. So, good race. Awesome to have 1 caution. Only 1 caution, and awesome to have so many different strategies with the timing of that fuel window. So, quick look at the points before we turn on the drop weeks. Gen 4. Kevin, the points leader. Nick Martin jumps us with his victory. He's leading us by 3 points. 16 bonus points for him. We've got 20 points. We're tied with Kevin with bonus points, but Colton down here, 46, just dominating. He's got those 4 wins. He will probably be the points leader here in a second. Eric also has been exceptionally fast, but does not have a victory yet. He's had some bad luck go his way. Billy there in 4th as well. He's got that win. Only reason he's a little bit further down is because he missed a couple races. Same with Colton. Nick as well. He's got that 1 victory, and he's finished well pretty much every race, despite the 32nd average finish, since he's starting in the back. So I think to do this, we go manage. Yes. We're going to drop 2 races, and no drops after. I don't know exactly why that is a thing, but we're doing the whole season, so no drops after week 20. And do we have to hit save? Or does it do it automatically? Just back. Okay, yeah. 2 drop weeks for the 20-week season. That puts Colton up top. Kevin in 2nd place by not that much. Over 20 points, about 20 points. Billy just a couple points behind him. Eric, despite having no wins, has been very fast, like we've said, and has done good to get all those points. 1,019 for him. Nick in 5th there. Nick Martin jumps to 6th. Sean has been the 2nd fastest without a win, and we're down here in 8th as the 3rd fastest without a win. Average finish of 10th. We could string together some top 5s here closing out the season. Maybe we could be in contention for a top 5 spot, but we really need a win and some top 5s to do anything. We've had speed. We've got 20 bonus points. We've led the most laps once and led some laps, but just have not been able to string together the finishes, and that's another one today. We were in the top 5 briefly. I think we were the 8th place car, but end up 18th or 13th, just with bad choices on when to pit and how many tires and whatever. Sage in 9th. He's been consistent and running well. Good job to him. And Shane rounding out the top 10. That is the new standings with the drop weeks counted. This is what we'll be looking at moving forward. And hopefully we can continue to climb. Damon has only been here for a couple races. That's why he's down here with his 1 win. I think this was only his 2nd race with us in this series. But yeah. Awesome race. Awesome season so far. Great job to everybody. Thanks for joining. It's been a ton of fun. I can't wait to continue the season on with the drop weeks counting. And we've got the road course, Sonoma, coming up next. I've worked on the setup there. I think what's on the session is what we're going to run. And who knows who's going to be competitive there. I believe Colton still will be. And Kevin probably as well. But we'll see. It's a completely different animal. Stock cars on a road course. And I'll need to do a little bit more testing to figure out the fuel and stuff. Because I want to make sure we do 1 pit stop at least. And I'm not sure what that looks like. But that's for next week. This week was Michigan. It was a fun race. And everyone did a great job. Big thank you to everybody for joining. And hope we have fun for the rest of the season. Thanks for watching.